Well, hello there, ladies and gentlemen. Today we're going to go over a little bit of dimensioning practice, and we're going to create this model you can see here. So the first thing we're going to do today is go ahead and start by creating a vertical line, starting at our origin. Um, Click on our origin, move the mouse up about an inch, and click and release. I'm going to type one in at the time right now before I do any other clicks at the number one and enter. And you can see that I've created a line. Of course, I'm still in the line tool, so I'm going to tap the escape key for a moment. And you can see that we have a dimension here, and our line is vertical. It is fully constrained. You can see that I've got the vertical constraint. That's fixed to the origin. And I've got and the upper point is constrained by using the dimension, and it cannot go anywhere. So let's go ahead and continue. We're going to grab the line tool again. I'm going to hover over my origin, move over to the right. When I see the horizontal symbol, I'm going to click to start my line, and I move my mouse straight up and down so that you can see the vertical symbol. And when I do see the vertical symbol, I'll click. And if I type now, I can type the dimension as shown above, 1.5, hit the enter key, and escape to get out of my tool. If I move this dimension to the left, like it's shown up here, you can see that creates a little bit of a problem for us. Up in the upper, in the example at the top, you can see that there is no line between the origin and the first point. Whereas here, my origin and my next line, this point right here, there's an extension line crossing that, and that doesn't look good, and that clutters the drawing. So I'm going to delete that and show you another way to create a dimension like we have up here, so that it shows the height of the object but doesn't cross all the way over. So what we're going to do is take that dimension tool, and we're going to start at our origin, and then we're going to click on the height of the object, so the uppermost point here. And what that does for us, as you can see, is I have a dimension that is going point to point diagonally. That's not what I want, but that's all right, because the software knows if I move my mouse that I might want to know what is the horizontal measurement, what is the x component of that height, or it might know that I want the vertical measurement. So right now, if I click while my mouse is over here, and it's 1.5, hit the enter key, you can see that I've now dimensioned the distance from the origin to the top of the line in just the straight up and down y direction. So there you have it. I've managed to create a dimension going from the bottom of the line to the top of the line without cluttering up my drawing with extra extension lines that make it hard to see what's going on. Now I can continue by making the width measurements as shown. And you can see that we now have two lines, first line being 1 inch tall, the second line being 1.5 inches tall, and they're separated by an inch. To continue, we'll get that line tool again. I can tap L on the keyboard or grab it from the menu up top. And then I'm going to click and release, move the mouse up. If I double click at the end, the 2 clicks, then I don't have to escape or tap the L key to get out. And then I hit the D key again for dimension. Grab that dimension tool. I can either grab it from the menu up top, or I can get the D key from the keyboard. And again, we'll click on the origin, click on the top, and put this over here. And it's 2 inches. And we're going to dimension the distance between at 1 inch as shown. And then repeat. Line tool. And for the rest of these, I'm just going to do this kind of quickly. So there's the fourth line. I'm tapping the L key in between. There you have it. So I have created, I don't know where that midpoint constraint came from. Oh, look at that. That's not what I want. I'm going to get rid of that. Okay. Somehow I accidentally created a midpoint there. I'm not really sure how I did that. So what I've got to do here is I have my lines drawn out. I'm going to take the dimensions, and there's them. So each of those lines was just drawn by using the line tool, clicking when I was in line horizontally with the origin, and then moving the mouse vertically and clicking when I saw the vertical constraint appear. Now I have all my lines. I want to get the 3 on this side equal to the 3 on this side. So I'm going to go up to my constraints menu and grab the equal sign. It's also keyboard shortcut E. So click and release, 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 click and release. And now these are looking pretty good. They're the same height. This middle on the middle doesn't have a dimension on it, so we'll put the dimension on it like we up top. So from the top of the line back to the origin, and over here that was 2.5. And now we're going to dimension the widths, because you can see these can move left to right, but they can't move up and down. So let's go ahead and dimension those. Remember, D key is the shortcut for dimension. You can also get it from the menu up top. And I'm just going to click in the endpoints. I could also click and release on the lines to get the measurement in between. Both those work. And there you have it. I've created 7 lines, all vertical. We've put the dimensions on them, nice and neat, so that they're easy to read. These dimensioning style on the left is called datum dimensioning, because the origin point is all the same for all of them, so that's called a datum point. The dimensioning style on the bottom is called chain dimensioning, and you can see how that works. All the dimensions are linked together like a chain. So good luck. Keep it up. As always, keep being awesome.